It's the holidays! Hey guys, so I recently got back into tinkering with my 3D printer. It's kind of just been sitting in my basement. I haven't really touched it since. But today I have a new wood filament that I'm trying out, and this is just a video of my first impressions. I got a small roll at about 200 grams, straight from China, and first impressions are that it's a lot rougher than your regular PLA wood filament. It's also matte, and when I was loading it into my printer, I actually snapped it because I didn't realize that this filament's a lot more brittle than your regular PLA. Once you start bending it, then it's a lot more prone to breaking on you. Now, to be clear, this isn't just raw wood particles because you can't actually print wood like that. It's a mix of wood particles with a base of PLA plastic. Although the filament has wood particles in it, there isn't much of a wood smell. It's quite faint. I was actually hoping that it would smell a bit more like wood, but that's okay. I was printing it onto a glass surface and using a fixative so it would stick. And when it is being extruded out of the nozzle, it actually smells kind of caramelly. It's kind of nice actually. Being based off of PLA, the settings are pretty simple and you can use a PLA preset for any models that you want to print. I haven't really got around to play with my slicer and change those settings, so I did encounter some stringing and oozing from this material. But overall, my first experience of printing this little baby Groot turned out pretty well. The completed print has a nice matte finish that kind of mimics the finish of a wooden surface. And actually people have applied wooden stains to this material, which I found pretty interesting. So that's something I definitely want to try out, sanding and finishing this piece, which is going to be in a future video. So if that's something you might be interested in, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below so you won't miss it. Last thing I want to say with this is that since the wood filament is actually wooden particles bonded with the PLA material base, you shouldn't be using a super fine nozzle with this filament. Otherwise, you have a good chance of clogging that nozzle and you're just gonna have a headache. The lowest you should go is 0.4 millimeters, which is actually standard with my 3D printer, which is great, so I don't have to change out the nozzle. But that's something to keep in mind if you are tinkering with your 3D printer. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you guys found this video interesting, feel free to hit that like button down below. If you want to hear more about kind of like my 3D printing journey, I actually 3D printed parts of this little guy in the corner. So you can also check that out if that's something you might be interested in. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. You don't have to